Hi guys, I'm Gabby and welcome to my channel, and if you're returning, thank you so much and welcome back. So guys, I got an update. So remember I told you, I'm sorry I'm so animated, but I'm animated because I'm frustrated, annoyed, all those things. But anyway, let me tell you this story. I guess this could be a story time, slightly. Anyway, let me get to the point. So just to speed you up in case you are not aware and you're new to my channel, by the way, if you're new, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and join the channel if you like to. Thank you. Shameless plug, shameless plug. But anyway, so I am submitting for a visa for my daughter, my stepdaughter, to get her here, right? So USCIS has approved my petition and they sent my application over to NVC, which is step 2 of the process when you're petitioning for immigrant visa. By the way, NVC got my petition from USCIS June 9th of this year, months ago. You're supposed to receive a welcome letter, a welcome packet. Generally they email it to you, or they can send it, in snail mail, in the physical mail. That usually takes anywhere from 2 to 8 weeks if you're doing it for an immediate family relative, which is what I'm doing. So I didn't receive anything. It was some weeks and I'm like, okay, what's going on? They are really taking their time with this. What is going on? You no longer can call NVC. That would have been my next step, to call their number and talk to a representative like, hey, what's going on? But they have suspended their phone lines. NVC has suspended its phone lines as of May this year, May 2022. So the only thing you can do is submit an email. So I submitted my email July 26, 2022. So yeah, it was a while. I waited a while before I submitted this email because, like I said, they got the information on June 9th and I waited. So July 26th is when I submitted what is called a public inquiry, which is an email on NBC's website. But keep in mind, if you're going to do this, that there is a wait time for the email too. So they have a processing time of when you can expect to receive an answer to your girl. It's a whole lot of mess. Anyway, it took them a month and a half to reply to my email. So I just got the response early this morning. When I checked my email this morning, the response, the email that they replied, oh, wow, I'm like all out of frame, guys. Sorry. Yeah, I'm going to show you what the reply said. Basically, they were telling me that I needed to log into the system and pay my fees. Log in with what? Ma'am, sir, I do not have an NVC case number, nor do I have an invoice number. They were kind enough to put the case number in the email. They were like, actually, ma'am, your correct case number is blah, blah, ACC, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, gee, thank you for that. But I never got my welcome letter. Like, I can't even log into the system with just that, because to log into the CX system, you need both your case number and your invoice number. So I only had my case number because the lady was kind enough to put that in the email response. Okay, so when I read this email, I blew my gasket. I'm like, that's what I need. I need a case number and what are you talking about? I'm not an idiot. I know to log into the system if I have the information to log into the system and pay my fees. Like, what are you talking about? The way I'm responding now, that's how upset I was. My husband had to calm me down because when I went back and reread the email that I sent, I kind of don't understand how they can get confused, but I kind of don't, because I said, y'all, I did not okay, so there's a lesson in this, why I'm doing this rant. There's a lesson in this for you if you're going through this process. The lesson is, if you have to follow up on your case in this public inquiry email, be very specific and very direct in what it is that you need. Again, be very specific and be very direct in your wording and what it is that you need from them. Okay, so I should have said, hindsight, which is 2020, looking back at it now, I should have said, hey, I never got my welcome letter. Where is it? But the reason why I did, in my defense, because I'm going to defend myself, I'll be wrong and strong. In my defense, I did not know what was going on. I was thinking perhaps USCIS dropped the ball, perhaps some kind of hiccup in the system where they did not receive my case. I didn't know what was going on, so I did not want to accuse them of anything. So that's why I was saying, hey, I just want to make sure you got my case. Did you get my case? USCIS sent the case. I just want to know, did you get it so you can process it? So she clung to that word processing and was basically saying, we can't process it because you didn't do your part, because you didn't pay your fees, and you didn't do this and you didn't do that. Well, ma'am, I could not do that because I never received the information to do it. So I don't know what the problem is. Like, why did I not get my welcome letter? Like, did y'all send it to the wrong email address? Did y'all mail it to the wrong address? Because when I submitted my petition to USCIS, I moved in that process, but I did update my address with them. So that couldn't have been a problem either. So I don't know how they did not send me my welcome letter. Like, what happened? Like, what's the problem? Like, what happened? Why did I get my letter? So obviously they got my information from USCIS. NVC got it because they have created me a case number in their system. So they've created the case number from in their system, but they just didn't send me that information. I don't have it. So lo and behold, I couldn't reply to that email. I had to go back to their website, NVC's website, and submit another public inquiry, which means it's going to take another month and a half for them to reply and hopefully just send me my welcome letter so I can get my case number and my invoice number. Right now I have a case number. I just don't have the invoice number because I never got the welcome letter. So who knows when this was created? It's just been sitting there all this time. So all this time they've just been waiting for me to do my part when I never had the information to be able to do my part. So yeah, I'm frustrated. So another lesson is, even though we all know this is a waiting game, we have to wait on them to do things or whatever. If you feel like something's wrong, if you feel you're waiting a little bit longer than necessary, follow up, ask questions. Unfortunately, with NVC, you're not going to be able to do that via telephone currently at this time. So the only way you can do that is to submit an email. So if y'all are at the NVC stage and y'all waiting on welcome letters and y'all have not received it, and you are petitioning for an immediate relative, you should receive your welcome letter within 4 to 8 weeks. If you are outside of that window, submit a public inquiry to NVC. I will put the link to that in the description box below. Please submit the inquiry because you do have to wait for them to respond. The wait time can be a month or so. Like I said, I had to wait a month and a half before they respond to mine. So go ahead and submit those questions. Whatever question you have for them, submit it via that public inquiry. Unfortunately, you're going to have to wait a little bit, but do that because you never know what's going on. You can be thinking, because like initially I was like, oh, they are backlogged a little bit. So I'm thinking, oh, maybe they're backlogged. Let me be patient and see what happened, which is why I waited over a month before I submitted my public inquiry, because I was just thinking, okay, let me just give them some time. No, don't do that. If you got a question, ask your question, okay? Send that email, all right? Do that. I wish I would have sent it earlier, but because I've been through this process, I'm just like, okay, I understand there's a waiting period. So yeah, you need to be patient, but then again, you got to be on it too, because if you're not worried about it, they most definitely not going to be worried about it either, okay? Lesson is submit your email request, follow up with questions via whatever source that you have access to. If it's email, phone, do those things. With USCIS, you still can contact them via their 1-800 telephone line, and you can submit emails For NVC, you can only do the public inquiry through the email. So reach out to them with your questions. Whenever, if you feel something is off, just go ahead, and it doesn't hurt to ask a question. You're just following up on your business. So handle your business, ask those questions if you feel it's off, follow up. Don't feel like you're annoying anybody or whatever, because like I said, if you don't care about it, they most certainly are not going to care about what's going on with your stuff. Handle your business, ask your questions. You're not hurting anybody by doing it. I just wish I would have done it earlier. I now know that they have created my case. I just don't have the information for me to pay my fees and submit my information. So I probably, we're September 16th now, so November was probably when I'll get a response from them. So I probably won't be able to submit anything until around the end of the year, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah, so that's where we're at. NVC has created a case. I just don't know what the case number, invoice number is. So hopefully they'll respond to my email and give me my information. Sorry, y'all. Anyway, just wanted to share that information. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, go ahead, click that subscribe button. I wish y'all well on your journey. If you have any questions about immigration journey, feel free to ask. I'm not an expert, I'm not a lawyer, but I can provide and share experiences that I have experienced thus far, having petitioned for my husband and now doing so for my stepdaughter. So this is what this channel is about, to provide the information to those, sharing my experience so I can help y'all avoid some of the mistakes I did, and just give y'all tips and just information to help you through the process. All right, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. I'm gonna keep seeing that, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.